Welcome to the StockManor.com studios here in the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm your StockManor Brian Johnson, and I'm making professional trading simple. And it was quite an interesting. Oh, come on, who am I kidding? Did you guys see the last hour of trading? Yeah, baby! How much fun was that? You gotta love it when the Fed talks. Yes! Whew, that was fun. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so pumped up. I know it's a little crazy. These other people on that do blogs and stuff are all etiquette and composed and whatever else. But man, I got to tell you, I'm just an emotional kind of guy, and this was awesome. Oh, how much fun was that to watch that last hour of trading where it just fell and fell and fell. I'm looking at a really big, pretty red bar. Do you guys see that little red bar right there? Isn't that funny? You know what's more interesting is it started way back up here. I think people were front running that 10,000 mark on the Indu, on the Dow, and you can see how we broke above this area. We started breaking up. And then once we hit about this little trend line here, and I think people were really front running that 10,000 area, it just absolutely fell apart. Just one down after another, after another, after another. So maybe the Bears are going to take over for a few days, few weeks, who knows, few months. I don't know where this is going to go. I really don't. At this point, I just want to be on the right side of the trade, and boy, it really wasn't that hard this afternoon to figure that out. So that was just a really good time. I love it when the market moves like this. Whether it's up or down, I do not care. I just want to be on the right side of it, and it was just pretty obvious when it really started to gain momentum. It was all over. Okay, so let me show you this too. Okay, once again, got to show you intraday email I sent out to my subscribers. I hope you guys caught that huge run up this morning or something like that. I was being facetious. My subscribers know I kind of joke with them and stuff. They're kind of like my family. It's like community for me. Uh, my subscribers are. So anyway, very little going on today. I've sent some links to pictures on where the markets currently are sitting. They're right below resistance areas, so the direction they pick after the Fed will probably be of great importance to the market's direction over the next few days or weeks. I will say again that I suggest you wait an hour or so after the Fed has said its piece today and let the markets find their way. I usually don't look to trade until even the last hour of the day in some cases. After the Fed talks, let it simmer for an hour. Let the markets do what they're going to do. Otherwise, you get the head fakes like you saw today. Tell me there weren't people that were not going long all of a sudden right after the Fed talk. About 5-10 minutes after the Fed talk, the markets are moving up. You know they jumped in long. They're buying stuff left and right. Oh, this is it, woohoo, whatever. And it turned around on them and absolutely burned them by the end of the day. I always like to wait at least an hour, and I usually don't like to trade even until the last hour of the day after the Fed speaks because the markets will do that. They will burn you. They love doing that. Suck you one way and then take it out the next. And boy, if they didn't have a big bull trap set up today. So, right here, what a beautiful bull trap right up in this area. Get above this resistance area, get them going, get people jumping in like crazy, thinking the markets are going to go up, and then suck it down as fast as you can. Trapped every one of these bulls. There are people up here who are now crying in their soup because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Now they're scared to get out because of this big red bar. If this continues tomorrow and it comes down into this area here, down to 96.50 or below, down back into these levels again, all the people trapped up here are going to be crying in their soup even more. It's going to be like sticking tacks in their fingers or something. It's going to hurt. So this is why I like to wait until the last hour. Listen, if this type of email, if this is of use to you, if you can actually use this information, sign up for the newsletter. It's $15 a month. Today alone was worth $15. You could have easily pulled $15 if you'd have waited till the last hour of the day and then made a decision on where your trading was going. So, anyway, woo! Okay, I'm still pumped. The adrenaline is still. Oh man, that was such a good day. The adrenaline is still flowing through me here from the end of the day. I love trading when it's going nuts like that. So much fun. So let's look at the NASDAQ, and you can see what the NASDAQ. Oh, look at that. Look at that big red bar. The bears are happy as a lark right now. But notice how it came right back into a previous a support zone. We didn't even stall at the 20. This time ran right down to the 50. Perfectly logical place for it to stall for the day, right on the 60 minute there. On the daily, we can start to see a little candle down now. What we need now, not what we need, what the bears need, I shouldn't say we because I don't really care which way it goes. I just want to be on the right side. What the bears need is a follow-up day. They need another follow-through day. They need something tomorrow that keeps them in a downward direction. That would be very, very healthy for the bears after this huge run up we've had. On the NDX weekly, you can see where we came up, and now this is why I wait till the end of the week. Completely different look on the weekly. As of yesterday, we were looking at a nice big white candle. Even later on, or even earlier today, we were looking at a nice big white candle. Everybody thinking, hey, hey, everything's great, everything's rosy, and now this has a completely different look to it. Once again, still 2 days left, so we don't know what this is going to finish at, but I'll be interested to see if it doesn't squeak its way down below this 200 period moving average by the end of the week. Let's see if it can actually make it down that far. SPX on a 60-minute. Oh, look at the big red candle. It broke the 20 and the 50, came back into this channel here. This was really, really a bearish move today by the markets. And just out of curiosity, before we move on, let's take a look at the spiders because I can see some volume on it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the participation was there today as well. Volume coming in on this move down. Lots of maybe stops getting hit, bulls getting taken out, while the sellers just drove it down. So like I said, a nice bull trap up here. Very nicely done. On a 60-minute chart too, you can see where we were moving up, and it never closed up here. So this is basically, for all practical purposes, really just a double top looking formation now. We break below here, it's confirmed. And we could have a larger move to the downside on our hands. But that was a very sweet move by the Bears today. So congratulations to the Bears. They really ended up sticking it to the Bulls at the end of the day. A small moral victory after all this devastation that the Bulls have been wreaking on the Bears the last few months. So I'm sure Faz lovers are probably rejoicing. People that were long SRS are probably rejoicing. All of you that were trapped in short positions are now going yay, and you're cheering, and you're hugging your wife, and you're kissing your dog. And you're probably happy after today's action, but we need a couple more days to really get it to solidify itself as a true bear pullback. I'm still not looking at this as oh man, we're going to 600. Well, we don't know yet. We don't know where we're going, but it isn't. It was good for a lot of those trapped short to see this type of action today and maybe help them out ever so slightly in the future. So now, as a note to all of you guys, all of you I've been talking to over all these weeks now, you get your money back. Get an education, please. Please get an education before you lose it all again. All right. So moving on to the SPX weekly. And you can see we popped up above that resistance area, but couldn't close above it because this is weekly. This is a weekly candle. So very interesting to see that we've come back below this resistance area. We've still got a couple days left. Let's see if it actually makes if the bulls turn this around. I don't know, maybe there's a fake out tomorrow. But with the volume and what we saw today, I don't know. I'm thinking we could see probably another follow-up day tomorrow by the Bears. We're watching that close. The VIX up today, only 2%. Very surprising to me. I would have expected to see it go a little bit lower. Now let's look at the weekly VIX, and you can see where it came down and tagged this upper trend line. I was telling you guys about this. We have to break below this support, below the 200, and get back into this little falling wedge for it to be really bearish. We have not done that yet. So on the weekly, it's still holding up. This support area, this 200, is really holding up strong on the VIX.